Hey, what's up and welcome back. Do you notice something different in me? I cut my bang 3 days ago. Look at this. It beautifully framed my face. I think my hair is so boring and flat and I want to do something magic on it. Not too dramatic, just a little bit. I am confused. Should I let my bangs down like this? Nope, bad idea. Just say like this. A little bit of asymmetrical this and in here yeah. I cut it myself. I didn't go to salon, so what do I expect? Today we are going to talk about a book that adapted from a Broadway musical theater. Not book adapted to theater play, but theater play to book. Is that ever happened before? That story is Dear Evan Hansen. Wait, look at the cover. I love the cover. It looks so simple, but the combination between white and blue and then the font is like handwritten. Also inside, yeah. By the way, I have the translated version. This novel is written by 4 authors: Paul Emick, Stephen Levinson, Ben Pasek, and Justin Paul. So this book is published a year after the musical play, which is 2018, and the genre is drama and musical. I don't know if a novel could have musical genre, but I think it's more like drama and slice of life in the book form. So the story is telling about loneliness, truth, and human need of connection. Evan Hansen is a high school boy suffering from social anxiety, and part of his therapy, he was told to make a letter for himself. It's some kind of like self-compassion letter. But his letter found by a troublesome kid or student, Connor Murphy, and long story short, Connor was found taking his own life. Connor's parents found Evan's letter at Connor's pocket and assumed it was written for Connor by Evan. Connor was a loner. He didn't have any friend in his life, and then his parents found Evan's letter and assuming that Evan is his secret friend. It's a misunderstanding, of course, but instead of correcting the misunderstanding, Evan just go along with the misunderstanding and pretend he is Connor's best friend. A small lie and then snowballing to a bigger one, and then he fabricated fake email and scenario about his fake friendship with Connor. At the school and online, Evan is suddenly seen, heard, and valued, and Connor is remembered as a misunderstood kid. Of course, this is not happen for long. Evan feeling uneasy with this lie, and then he decided to tell the truth. He lost his friends he gained, and then Connor's family has to face the bitter truth about their son. And what it shows us, healing can only be done when we finally accepting the truth. What's really interesting is each characters on this story representing some aspect or mental state that human need. Evan Hansen, he is socially anxious, awkward, and deeply lonely. He wants to belong somewhere. This is represent human needs for connection. And then Connor Murphy, he is troubled, angry, and isolated. After his death, he becomes some kind of symbol, and everyone projects onto him what they need, such as misunderstood kid, a secret friend, a lost soul. Connor was suffering depression. That's why he took his own life. And then Zoe Murphy, She is Connor's sister. She caught between loving her brother and hurt by him. But she also doesn't want his brother dead to be a saint, a martyr, a symbol. She wants his brother to be remembered as he is. This is representing honesty. Cynthia and Larry Murphy, they are Zoe and Connor Murphy's parents. Cynthia is having a hard time accepting his son's passing, and when she found that Connor had a secret friendship with Evan, she clings to it because she wants Connor's passing has a meaning. And then Larry Murphy, his dad, Connor's dad, hiding his grief on anger and logic. There is also Jared Kleinman. He is Evan's friend that helped him to fabricate emails and the scenario of his fake friendship with Connor. But also Jared wants acknowledgement. This is representing human needs for relevance. And the last one is Heidi Hansen, mom of Evan Hansen. She is a single mother. She is juggling a lot between work and raising Evans, and I think that is also why Evan had some kind of mental problem. It's also not Heidi's fault because Heidi is just a person, she has limit, but Heidi also longing for closeness with Evan. Her relationship with Evan is some kind of complicated. She wants closeness with Evan, but sometimes Evan is not welcoming her. My first impression about this book is beautiful cover. No, actually, I had this book the second year of my college. It was the first time when I moved out of the city for college. The second year, because the first year is still online thanks to COVID. I was really lonely back then. I didn't know anyone on the city, and I want to read something relevant to what I feel. And then I found this on a bookstore. When I read the synopsis on the back of the book, I knew I would love this one. And about the cover, it's Evan Hansen's arm or hand. It's hand, but in the story it's actually his arm, like this length. He fell from the tree during summer holiday, that's why his arms or hand is on the cast. And also later, Connor is signing Evan's cast. So when Connor's parents see Evan has Connor's autograph on his cast, it amplified the assumption for Connor's family that Evan really was a good friend of Connor. I never watched the movie or theater play. Yes, there is a movie of Dear Evan Hansen. You can watch it yourself if you want. It's a musical movie, the same like a musical play. But I don't really like musical movie or play. It's just not my thing. I don't understand what the character trying to say with song dialoguing using songs. For example, La La Land. I don't understand what the story is about when I watch La La Land. Everybody love it, but I don't, because I don't understand. So I think I prefer the book form where I can read and no music dialogue. We move to the interesting part. Like I mentioned before, this story is talking a lot about mental problem, and each character have their own mental problem. Starting with social anxiety and avoidance. This is vividly shown by Evan Hansen. Evan is experienced clinical level social anxiety. He fear of speaking with his peers on school, rehearsing every conversation, and even has physical sensation on his body. His behavior also showing avoidance because he rather let the lie become the truth rather than speaking the painful truth. And Evan also represents the need of belonging. Evan is desperate for secure attachment. When Connor's death giving him this meaning of belonging, he clings to it so hard, and when it ends, it feels like he's crumbling. And then what I think really relevant here is grief psychology or meaning making. This is shown by Connor's parents who seem cannot accept his passing, and he wants his passing to have a meaning. Shows that human process of losing something want it to be a meaning. Is that sounds familiar? And there is also identity construction. I don't like this one, but this is very common not only on narcissistic people, but for healthy people too. Evan is building himself a mask, a facade, or a new him when he suddenly became popular and known as Connor's best friend. He pretends to be confident guy that everybody admired, and reflects how people usually build their social self to be accepted. And then the next relevant effect is social media and validation loop. This is very familiar and very close to our everyday life because the Connor project, okay, the Connor project, that is what Evan called for being Connor's fake best friend, the Connor project. That sounds evil for me. The Connor project is like a dopamine system to him. It's also relevant to our modern everyday life where likes equal to worth, shares equal to belonging, and attention is proof of existence. Even without social media, this system is already like this for thousands of years, for as long human society flourished, even maybe in the Middle Ages. They showed that external validation temporarily soothed the loneliness, but deepened dependency on being seen. And the last but not least is anger or depression. This is shown by Connor. This is very relevant and easy to see, like there are many people struggling with this, but not everybody struggling the same way. Some depressed people are withdrawn and cry all day. Some express it through anger and misbehave and isolation. For Connor, it's anger and self-destruction to the point he took his own life. This is not in the story, but I want to add something from me. It's about healing. Like I said before, that healing is started with accepting ourselves, accepting the condition, and accepting the others. Healing is also the base of healthier connection with others, a connection with ourselves. When we accept ourselves that we are not perfect, we could be more compassionate with ourselves because nobody is perfect. What you see in others is their best self, their curated self, and probably you are better than the people you admire. Accepting the condition, there are things that cannot be changed no matter how hard you try, and only time can do that. Learn to accept that because nothing is permanent. Even the bad times will finally end and things get much better. Accepting the others. When you accept the others, you stop controlling people. You start to accept who are worthy of connection with you and who are not worthy. Accepting is also letting go of control because sometimes life cannot be controlled and we have to learn to be okay with that. I know it's so hard. It is so hard. It's not easy at all. But nothing is permanent and bad things will be better soon. Even much better sometimes than you think. This novel is unlike any other novels that I read. Usually I read novels that heavy in adventure and action, not the mental struggling of each character. But the fact that it's relevant to me back then, maybe even relevant to me again one day, this book could be my consolation, and I recommend it to you too. If you want something very relatable and close to everyday life, if you prefer to see the actors playing the character instead of reading, of course you can read the movie or the play. Maybe on YouTube it exists, I don't know. I'm not good at talking about psychology like this, especially about mental health. I don't know, I never done this before, and I never really learned about psychology or mental health deeply, and I'm afraid that my analysis on this book is wrong. Well, if you know better, please let me know in the comment as always. Oh, and actually I want to reviewing the movie and the play too, like the Hunger Games video, but I never watch it. I didn't watch it. I decided not to review that and just focusing on with the book. I think this book purpose is talking about mental health, especially what mental issues that usually happen with teenagers like Evan and his friends. That's all my interpretation today and analysis about Dear Evan Hansen. If you want to read the movie and compare it to the book, by all means, you can comment down below too if you want to give your own analysis. Thank you for watching my video. And if you like this kind of in-depth book analysis and review, you can check my channel. I have a playlist there. And don't forget to subscribe. I will always update every Sunday. I'll see you guys in my next book review video. Adios.